Well, you guys are important too.
Well, welcome back to our Talking with Regina Ellis from the Peitz Cancer Support House. And so far we've been talking about the Cancer Support Women's Retreat, March 16th through the 18th.
Yes.
Whole weekend of just lots of good stuff at the Fisherman's Lodge in Cotter. And keynote speaker is going to be Nancy Lee, presenting about the process of change.
Yes, she will kick us off
and get you going.
Now, breakfast is always relaxed. Anytime between 8 and 10 when you wake up, you can have breakfast.
Okay, so there's not going to be this schedule of, okay, and we do this and we do this and we do this. It's very pretty, very relaxed. Nothing starts until 10 o'clock, and even if you don't feel well and you need to step out of session, take a break, take a nap, we're sensitive to that, and everybody there is, because they've all been there. Right.
They know what it's like to go through treatment and not feel like doing something.
Right.
So if you need to go back to your room and lay down and take a nap, go ahead.
And I think that's real important to stress then, because you said early on in the show, those newly diagnosed, those in treatment, and those that have been survivors for, in some cases, many, many years.
Exactly.
But sharing their experiences to help those just starting to go through it, or those that are in the midst of it. So,
yes. And we want a good mix of that, because that's where we all get to draw strength and encouragement from one another. Is by having everybody that's there, whether you've been just diagnosed or in the middle of your treatment, or whether you're a 30-year survivor. We want to have everybody together.
Yes, we do. How many volunteers have you got at the Peitz?
We have 50.
50?
We have 50 volunteers.
You have the most dedicated volunteers of any group I think I've ever seen.
We're very, very blessed. Yeah. Very blessed. We've got a great mission though to back up. So that helps a lot right there.
Now, is there a cost to this?
The retreat is a $60 cost. However, I really want to stress that I have scholarships available. So if money is an issue, please call me.
Okay.
I don't want anyone to think, oh, I can't afford to do that. If you even have that thought in your head, you need to call me. Okay. Because I've got scholarships.
Where do they call you?
They call me at 508-2273.
Okay.
Or the easiest way to remember that is 508-CARE.
CARE. Okay. I'd remember the 2273. I can never find the letters on the
on the phone. Yeah, you got to translate that around. But real easy to do. We've also got some wonderful door prizes.
Oh my goodness! I'm looking here on this. Talk about some of your sponsors here.
Oh, we've had some great. Of course, we have wonderful businesses in our area. We just have a wonderful community, and we've each year we've been able to get some great door prizes, and several of these are repeats from last year, and so very neat. Butler Furniture has donated a gorgeous picture set for us. Wow! And I mean, they stand about this tall.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. Something beautiful to put in
that
your
way.
home.
Yeah, they're in browns and greens, and it's just a beautiful picture. And it's two of them side by side, as a set. So that's really neat. Carter's Jewel Chest. They have donated a Camilla bracelet.
Oh wow!
And it has a bead on it that says hope, faith, and love. Oh, and I mean, what better representation of our retreat? So
and those bracelets are so popular right now.
They are. They're very neat. So we have one of those to give away. PJ's White River Lodge has donated a one night's lodging and breakfast the next morning for two. So you can take a retreat from our retreat.
Yeah. And go have their signature coconut cake.
Be a wonderful thing. Professional Travel Services here in town has donated a trip to Branson.
Oh, how wonderful.
They're paying for one night's lodging in Branson and two show tickets.
Oh, to a show. These are great. And if you've only got 26, 30 people coming, your chances of winning something are excellent.
Yes, very, very good. And then we also have some gift cards from Walmart. Of course, they've been great to do that too. So it's going to be great.
For gas to get from one retreat
place
to the other.
Yeah. There you go. So it's always, and the Peitz House will give everybody that attends a special gift. We do that each year. Everybody will find a nice gift on their bed when they arrive, something to pamper them with. So we do that every year.
She won't tell you any more than that. I know, Regina.
You've got to register and come to find out all of the rest of the surprises that we have.
Well, it sounds like a wonderful, well-planned very informative, very peaceful. It's just a wonderful, inspirational weekend.
It is.
That you've got planned.
And we really, will form those connections with people once they've come to a retreat. They become a part of the sisterhood.
Sure.
And that's wonderful. I mean, there's no price on that.
No. I know that every time I've walked through the doors of the Peitz Cancer Support House, I mean, it's just so warm and welcoming. And there's always something going on. Yes. Always.
Yes. So. Just about. And we're always looking for more help and to do more
volunteers,
more programs. It would be a dream of mine to offer even more support groups than we have. And all we need for that is a volunteer to run the support group. So,
and you never know. I mean, it may. I'm thinking in particular of how the chain of events, and I'd love to share it with our folks.
Sure.
Dr. Kyle McAllister was basically in the forefront, along with Dr. Landrum, of our 3D tomosynthesis, which for the detection of breast cancer is an amazing piece of technology. And Dr. McAllister's, one of his daughters is in the Chicks and Spurs.
Yes.
And they graciously said, we're going to go ahead and do an evening.
Yeah, they did a Pink for Peitz Rodeo.
Pink for Peitz Rodeo.
And raise some money for us, and that's going to become an annual event. So second weekend in August, go ahead and mark your calendar now
for that. Yeah,
and that will be a special evening to honor breast cancer survivors, and for everybody to come out in their pink, and it'll be a bull riding event.
I mean, this is
and it was wonderful last year. We did it in November last year, and it was a little cool. But we're going to do it the second weekend in August. It'll be 8 p.m. on a Friday night.
Fun to get out there.
It will be. Yep. It'll be a great thing. We've got several booths that we'll have out there, T-shirts, and we'll be having breast cancer awareness things that we're going to have.
And this is how it just keeps growing and multiplying.
Oh, it does. It does.
That's what's wonderful about this community.
Oh yeah. Well, we brought 4 breast cancer survivors out into the arena, shared their story, honored them in their survivorship. Just wonderful event, wonderful way to let people know. I think people would be surprised at how many cancer survivors we have in our area.
I don't know,
a lot more than you think.
Tuesday night, the Lady Bombers wore pink uniforms, and all of the Peitz Cancer Support House information was available on a table for them. Some information about the 3D tomosynthesis and the breast imaging center, and a portion of the proceeds or donations were made by those that attended, and it was just wonderful.
It is.
Yeah. And they also were honoring survivors. So,
and that's it's just very encouraging to see the community being aware of that, and helping one another, and especially in support, because you feel so alone when you're diagnosed with cancer. Every person that I've ever met, that's one of the things, a common thread that's run throughout it is they feel alone at that moment.
Right. No matter what the cancer is, because they're the one facing it.
They're the one facing it, and they're the one going through that, and there's a lot involved in that. But the more that we can help people to understand and connect, it's estimated 12 million cancer survivors in the United States alone.
Those are great numbers.
Right. Yeah. So in 12 million, you're not alone. You've got a lot of other survivors out there living life with you, and you can still live your life. And that's important for us to get out there. That's a great message. You're not alone. There's other people out there, and it's our job now to make sure that we connect those people together, and make sure give them a place where they can come in and it be their place.
You bet. And you've done that. It's just wonderful.
That's what we want to do.
It's just wonderful. And we always keep preaching, and I'll use that word, preaching. Get screenings.
Yes.
When it's time for whatever type of screening, any of the cancers, as you mentioned.
Early detection.
Early detection is
such
the key.
A difference.
Yeah.
Such a difference
in the quality of life and in life. In having a life. So,
right. And the longevity of it and everything involved. It is important to catch it early.
Catch it early. Yep. We've got a ad campaign going right now for our 3D tomosynthesis, because 1 in 8 women will get breast cancer. in their lifetime, and right now it's called mammography. Get one. Get one for yourself. Get one. For the family that loves you, get one.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Because we hope that 1 in 8, that all 8 of them, or that, you know, each one that is diagnosed in stage 1.
When it's
very treatable, very easy to treat.
I think it's 80%, no, it's even higher, isn't it? Recovery, 98%.
98% survivor rate in stage 1, and that's where we all want to be.
Thank you. I'm thinking, no, it wasn't 80, it was 98. Yeah,
98. Yeah, that's better than your odds of making it down 62 highway at lunchtime. So, you know, we can do that for ourselves.
We can do that. Yeah. Please use a directional. Yeah. Well, what else is going on over at Peitz?
Well, of course, we do have support groups. We run 2 different breast cancer support groups. We have a Men with Cancer support group. We have a Celebrating Life, and that group is open to anyone with any type of cancer. So, you know, that's, you know, very general. We also have a caregiver support group, and I think that's probably the one that is least known that we run, because as we were talking about during the retreat, the caregivers need support and need help, and oftentimes they feel guilty even for asking for it.
And I think that thread of the caregiver runs all the way through, no matter what the disease is, no matter, when you're taking care of someone else, you often forget to take care of yourself.
Yes.
And you feel guilty for wanting to do a movie or
wanting to get away or something like that. So we encourage anyone that has had a family member or a friend even diagnosed with cancer to stop by our caregivers group and get some information to help you deal with what you need to do.
Right.
And look at it from that side of the coin and give you a place where you can voice your concerns or ask questions for help. And we have a lot of resources available, and I've made it a point to go to other organizations in the community and find out what resources they have. And so I can help direct you to other places.
Tons of resources available then to folks.
There are.
You bet.
There are.
You bet.
And, you know, and we don't want to stop with the, oh yeah, we don't do that thing. We want to then lead people in the right path to find where they can find that help. And make sure that they know that there are options out there and there are things that they can check out and do. So that caregivers group is really good for that, and allowing them a place that they can come and ask questions and receive support and see it from their side, and that it's okay. Another thing to keep in mind with that is a caregiver doesn't have to be the person that's doing hands-on physical care. And a lot of people, you know, they think that, you know, that's for people that they're having to bathe somebody or something like that. And caregiver is a lot bigger than that. I would say, you know, even with my situation when my father was diagnosed with cancer and I lived an hour away, I was still a caregiver.
Right.
I was still supporting him. I was still having my own emotional struggles that I was needing to go through, but also having to, you know, be strong for my mom, be strong for my dad. I definitely could have used a caregivers group during that time period, and that's what we hope to provide for others in their time of need.
We'll share with our folks today, because we're running out of time, how they can reach you and the hours and days that you're there.
Yes, we are located right directly across the street from the Klein Emergency Room Center. We share our parking lot with them, so we're real easy to find. Just follow all the signs to emergency parking and you'll see the Peitz Cancer Support House, little yellow house on the corner of Powers and Hospital Drive. We are there Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and you can call me at 508-2273.
Which is CARE. 2273 is CARE. All right. Regina, thank you so much for coming on the show and joining us today and sharing all this wonderful information about the Women's Retreat and about what's going on over at Peitz Cancer Support House. It's such a benefit to the community, and we're so glad you're there.
We're glad to be here.
All right. Join us again next week for BRMC's Healthy Connections, and thanks for joining us this afternoon.